Hello, everybody! It's time for another Gungeon. I'm playing as the X, the pair of dogs, two dogs that we're currently playing as. I fixed some stuff with my my thing. I think I changed some stuff with the white balance that might keep it a little bit more stable, but we'll see about that. Every time I restart my computer, I get the opportunity to tweak some stuff instead of just accepting it as is. And maybe this fixed some of the issues with the lighting we were having. Oh my god. Starting with the payday mask, the robot's right hand, and the huntsman, which gives us a little bit of curse, which is going to help us out financially early on. And we got a spare blanksman, so we already know what our modus operandi is. I think I'm using that word correctly. It's amulets. Let's not pretend it's anything but amulets. Not pretend it's anything but amulets. I think this is an incredibly powerful run. If he freaking blinks away that... God dang. Oh shit. Well, oh my god. Okay. He saved it, but I stupidly let it get destroyed again. But we got that other one out there. Which is extremely nearby, which is nicer than a dick skin. Oh my god, I screwed it up. It's weird to try to fit through there because your character is essentially two-dimensional, but sometimes there's enough space and sometimes there isn't. I don't know. Anyway, today is a day following. Ooh, baby. Following our first post-holiday day at work. So the holiday season pretty much goes from the day after Thanksgiving, which is Black Friday, until the end of, or till the 2nd. Today at work was the 2nd of January, and it was relatively slow. Apparently yesterday, the 1st, was fucking bonkers, nasty, crazy, sick, disgusting. And I didn't work it, and I'm very happy that I had one holiday off this holiday season. I worked Thanksgiving, I worked Christmas, and it was very nice to have one of them off. I guess I didn't work Christmas Eve, but you know, it was nice to have New Year's Eve and day off, even though apparently they made a shitload of money. Sometimes it's better to just enjoy life a little bit as opposed to paper chasing. But on that exact note, and speaking in the exact opposite way, I just put together my my savings goal for next year, which sounds extremely boring. It basically is like I did a bunch of actuarial work. I just like, I don't know, I did the same job that an IRS person or like a financier or something. I just made a table for myself, like a spreadsheet basically. I don't like necessarily using Excel or another Excel-ish program. I'd always much rather just like hand draw out my thing. There's something that's more engaging to it, to me, to have the lines be a little off kilter, to have it feel hand done. Oh my god, I still got a little bit of mucus from when I was sick, which is disgusting as all hell. But yeah, that's what that roar, that growl was from. But I don't know, there's something about having it handmade. It's like taking notes by hand versus typing them in. I think there's something that makes it more engaging or more I'm likely to retain more of it in some way, or at least be more engaged with it because I put my hands on it, you know? Because I didn't just, like, type a thing. Lord, that sucks. And that's something that's probably going to go out of fashion. It used to be when I was writing, I used to handwrite everything and then type it up and use that process as a, I don't know what to call it, a moment of revision. Sucks. This fucking sucks. Good thing we're as strong as we are, because this fucking sucks. This blows dog chunks out of a shithole. But that could have been a gold amulet right there. But you know, we're still doing all right. We're still doing all right. It started off strong enough to make up for that. But what was I talking about before? Savings? I don't know. I used to write out everything by hand. That's what I was talking about. And I know at some point that's going to totally pass. I know a lot of people who do everything on their phone, which I guess on Androids it's probably much more possible to have things like spreadsheets and stuff. I think Google Docs probably is incorporated. There's probably something similar-ish made by Apple, but I don't fucking know. I haven't seen it. I hate how hard it is to just get basic, like, files made on an iPhone. It seems like you need to get a bespoke app about each thing that you're going to do, which I think is kind of the hope, since Apple makes a cut from each app that's sold. They don't want to just, like, give you all the tools when they could make some profit off of it. And it might be illegal to just give you the tools. I know there was the whole fucking antitrust thing with Windows, including Excel and PowerPoint and word processor and all of that, and now they're like things you can buy for extra, so that there's it's possible for people to compete. I don't know. I think the whole antitrust thing about that was a little weird, because, like, who's to say why certain things are fundamental parts of operating system, and who's to say what is it? I don't think taking those things off, so, you know, increase the number of Linux things, but maybe it did increase the number of freaking third-party companies making PowerPoint, slide presentation software or whatever. I don't fucking know. I'm not a developer, an app developer, an application, or an executable developer. So I can't really say, but it feels like it fucking sucks. If people ever wonder why, you know, certain games like Solitaire and stuff like that are no longer found on Windows-enabled machines, it's because of that antitrust thing, which I don't feel like that was a huge loss. That's not the thing we're mourning, but I do fucking hate that somehow Notepad's okay, but Word is not. So you can get the Microsoft Office suite, you can pay for it. Anyway, what was I talking? Oh yeah, I was talking about handwriting stuff down. For me, that's pretty much always going to be something that I appreciate, at least slightly. And I think it's going to help me be more engaged with the thing I'm working on. So last year I kind of made one for me and Jackie. And Jackie she kind of fell off from using it. I don't know if she fell off from saving so much as she just kind of fell off from using the spreadsheet that I made for our saving. But I don't know. For me, it's like a fundamental thing. It's something that I really enjoy utilizing, because I put it together and I can see the progress in a way that, like, kind of appeals to me, which is, you know, essentially, it's like fundamentally nerdy to be so, like, to even still be talking about the fact that I made what is essentially a spreadsheet for me to put down my savings. But it's like exercising for me. It's something that I enjoy because I get to, in one fashion or another, I get to level up. I get to see those numbers get better, and that's straight up just pure joy for me. It's just like a fundamental expression of joy to see certain numbers go higher through my effort, not just, you know, automatically or on their own. That's why, like, I have this, I started a 401k, and the way it works is automatically on each paycheck, a chunk is taken out. So my paychecks are, like, I get whatever the percentage is for taxes, which, you know, I said it before, I do not mind paying taxes. I think that taxes, in the hands of people who care about other people, are a great and kind of noble, you know, part of the whole process of being a citizen. But, you know, you see that chunk come out. And then I also have a percentage deduction from my 401k that just automatically goes in, and then it's matched up to a certain percentage or whatever by my employer, which is the whole incentivization for even having it. It is weird to have something that ties to my employer. I could do a 401k without doing that, but, like, why would I not do it with that if it's being offered? I know that there's some sort of double mutual benefit by having more people using the 401k. There's some sort of kickback, I guess, to my employer. There's got to be some reason that they want to do it, but regardless, it's nice to get what feels like something for nothing just by having it stripped out of my paycheck. But it doesn't feel as significant in the way that, you know, it's a pretty short-sighted way to look at stuff, but having a chunk of money just removed to me feels so passive. Every week I put the cash that I earn as a bartender, which is, yeah, not very much, based on what I've experienced, what I've made in the past, but the cash specifically just goes straight into my savings account, and then I have a set number that I have to hit, like a minimum. So if I don't hit that amount, I add directly from my my checking account into savings. And that's what I've been doing for the last year, or at least the last 30, I think I did 30 weeks of the last year. Frick. Well, let's check and see here. No, it's not going to be there. Can't be here, or can it? Check here. You do dee do 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 dee do. Yeah, this floor has weird ones a lot of the time. I would really like another key. I don't want to destroy like a third chest, but looks like that's very much what we might be doing here. There's just too many walls to check. Alright, well. I do feel the need to check these to make sure they're not mimics. Blue Glunstone is fine now. And we'll go back there. At least we got something. There's some situations in which that will actually be useful, but those situations are not now relevant. But yeah, I I don't know, saving is like, it's the nerdiest thing in the world to be excited about, right? Like, but it's like, it's the opposite of being sideswiped by, like, the smallest, like, disaster or setback, you know? Like, we have a surprise bill out of nowhere coming up, like, pretty much tomorrow. There was an accident with, not an accident, but there was a driving mistake that happened today with Jackie that led to some damage to one of her tires, and we need to get that replaced. And it's like, it's a left field kind of thing, you know? It's like, it doesn't, something we weren't ready for. And having savings just, like, makes it so that that doesn't, that, one, it's not impossible for us to deal with, but two, it doesn't hurt as bad as if we were just, like, making ends meet. Now, the better the saving, like, for me, I still try not to touch the savings. I just got paid, so I'm going to use that money to cover it. But if I needed to, if it ends up being a greater problem than I think it's going to be, because we don't know how much it's going to cost as of yet. Dang, dude, this sucks. I'm getting tired of this shit. Getting real tired of not getting any fucking chests. And then we got, man. So, may have essentially, oh god, wasted our key for no reason, because we have to go through this guy. And he could just, like, throw rows of fire onto our head. Or enemies. God damn. Ugh! Oh, that was fucking close. I used a blank, and it turns out I probably didn't need to use the blank, but I didn't know that before I knew it. It's all the way up there. We do have a black chest, which might be like a blessing in disguise about the red chest we weren't able to get on the first floor. There's still honestly a good chance that we're not going to be able to turn this thing in because of the distance. Because one mistake over the course of freaking 30 rooms is not really a sign of bad play. It's just a sign of, I don't know, it's a long time to not make a singular mistake. Man, I'm very happy we were able to flawless that guy, even at the cost of a blank. It means it's going to be a little harder for us to flawless the boss, but we have a greater chance of getting to the Abbey now. I mean, you have a chance at all of getting to the Abbey now. One more room. There's no reason to let our guard down. Gotta be the most vigilant when there's only one room left. This is when I drop my guard and fucking... Oh, I'm so glad there's not a fuse for once. There we go. We did it. I think that's an unlocked blue chest in that room, but I don't know. So we're not going... Well, no, if it's unlocked, it would be, there'd be multiple. Unless it's on like a fire spout or whatever. That was a stupid risk to take for no reason. Postage gun, No, thank you. Not gonna pay for that. Now we're just waiting for, you know, bosses to get the memo that, like, it's fucking okay to, like, give keys. Oh man, having this this little defender friend is actually pretty helpful right now. Okay, I was gonna say he's doing this in a weird direction. It might be hard to dodge. Woo-wee! It's a little tough. I need a boss killing weapon very, very badly. Rooms you can kind of deal with having shit. I mean, I got the robot's left hand. Whoa, dude. Oh. Never did I think a blank would have been helpful there, but, you know, a fucking key. I'll go ahead and still say plenty of opportunity for that to have been helpful. You know? It's locked. Let's go get this. This chance I can have a... it's just blanks. That's a pretty disappointing black chest. Not because it's bad, because it's actually 25 blanks. That is the fucking worst. I might have a key. Might be able to get one key out of it. But, just because it had the potential to be something. Yeah, okay, we got a regular shotgun, which is actually great. This is maybe better than a key. And with, let's just say it, with controlled demolition, with the key bullshit that's been going on right now, that actually might be useful. I don't know why I'm drinking caffeine this late. But we got access to secret rooms. We did get a boss weapon. It's not the best the world has ever seen, but we actually got two different style of boss weapons. One, you know, more defense focused, and one that's kind of good damage. It's probably not going to really stun anybody. It's not going to take out any bosses in a spectacular fashion at this point, unless we get, I don't know, some of the smaller health pool bosses, but it's something. And there's our one curse finally doing us some good. I should have probably gotten the second curse from that jammed pot. Just let that guy jump into the fire. I would really, oh man, I would really like to not. Yo! I'm trying to say that I'd really like to not take any damage while we got all these things, and then I'm like rolling headlong into enemies. I do believe using the Winchester would be a little better for room clearing than just sticking to the regular shotgun. I think it's has a higher DPS, but not necessary. It was kind of necessary. I should have totally used it, but not necessary because it's in the past now. Dude, we have that fused brown chest could actually have had the drill in it, now that I'm thinking back to it. Since we started off... Oh man, almost dove into that. Since we started off with the Payday Mask, there's a good chance that the loot bag, or the loot bag was probably in that red chest, now that I've put it into words, and the drill was probably in that brown chest, because it is a D rank item somehow. I guess they needed a an infinite key item of the D rank, which there hadn't been one beforehand. So that's how it got sequestered into those dirty browns. There's still the chance, and if I get one more, it's very likely that the third will show up either in a shop or somewhere else, but this is... So earlier today, I did a run, the one for yesterday, and it was like very, very fast. We got some good powerful items. We got the Polaris, which I think we only leveled down once or twice. We got the Gunder Fury, which we used once because everything else was so smooth. We got the big shooty gun, which, like, I almost dropped because we also got the rat ring. Well, I did end up dropping. Oh, shit. But, we basically, you know, just used the big shooty gun all the way up through bullet hell, all the way down through bullet hell, I guess. And it was the most marvelous, briefest trip through bullet hell. It was faster, I believe, than those runs where I actually used the, whatchamacallit. Dude, are you kidding me? Where I actually used the chamber gun, which I kind of assumed for a long time was the fastest way to get through bullet hell. But big shooty gun with gilded bullets and, you know, almost 500 casings, it proved its value. It proved to be worth the purchase. Hey, I get it. It's midnight. I got paid. I already checked it. Thank you, phone. By the way, the it being payday is quite literally the only reason why I... It's one of my blanks there. I was so focused on, like, getting my savings up. And, you know, it's the new year. I don't do resolutions, per se. Resolutions are... pretty childish, and everybody understands that they're fundamentally flawed. They don't really do anything. They're the easiest thing to break because you spend all this time saying that it's your focus instead of just doing it. And I don't want to jump it up, but, like, I basically have a moment of, I like to have a moment of, like, self-reflection. Oh, fuck. At the beginning of the year, and, kind of just think about what needs doing. That sucked. That's not the end of the world. It's not the end of a lead god, but I just didn't hold the charge long enough on that, and that's a stupid reason to not have flawless. Totally should have been able to flawless this one. Dang. And if I wasn't going to make it, I should have just dodged regular style or blanked. Which is another reason why that's obnoxious. Keys still suck. This gun also sucks. Sucks ass. Sucks dog ass. Already bought. That's the one key. This is fucking infuriating. 42. 42. We get 56. We'll do this at the end. I hate this gun. Man, God, I hate this freaking gun. Man, God. Godman. You dude. Well, that was kind of disappointing because it really should have been an FOK. With the cards I was dealt, the amount of blanks that were going off during that fight, etc., etc., I should have been able to flawless that guy. But I was stupid and I was panicky, which is how wonderful. How wonderful. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, how wonderful. Just a reminder that I should have been using my blanks a little bit smartier. More aggressively. I don't even need that blank. I would rather use ammo from that gun because I will get it back most likely in the form of red ammo at some point. One mother... Whoops. Fucking... goddamn key. Magic beans! That's okay, actually. That's some money. Just because I'm thinking maybe it'll have the loot bag. It's sprun. The least usable thingy in the world. Okay, so I don't care about wasting the ammo on this. Ooh, my stomach. I just really want to find this other secret and get a second key, for God's fucking sake. Ration is two hearts, right? Two full hearts. So it gives us some opportunities. Come on. Yeah, I know. How in the fuck could it not be any of these goddamn motherfucking walls? Ooh, ooh, ooh. There it is. The one that I actually checked. Turned out to be it. And I wasted a ton of ammo for no goddamn-o reason. Snobbler, it's fine. This game is a slap in the face at all times. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give 3 full hearts worth and see if wealth makes the difference. We're actually gonna buy back one, and we're not gonna use the ration until we need to, or until we get another item. So we're gonna be a little shy Alright, now a little shy. We're gonna be a little short on blood. But you know what they say. Blood. It's good. Whoa, it's pretty spicy of a shot there. Blood's less valuable than money in this game, where you can have armor that is functionally more valuable or more useful than blood. So, there's that. Why does it seem like I'm doing more damage now? Huh? Eh? Oh, cool. The keys, they start showing. Does Sprun have a passive damage boost? I know that I'm in the middle of a room. Says you're the player will block bullets, but does not orbit like a Guan sound. Assign trigger randomly from the list of triggers. Yada, yada, yada. It's a list of triggers. I am not going to look through them. If Sprun becomes active, it becomes active. If not, it's a green ball that's on our screen at all times. And it weren't worth the cost. Alright, we're almost done with regular ass bullets. Or regular ass shotgun bullets. Which we got only because we got a controlled demolition thing, which is the opposite. You know, I'm glad to have it, but it's kind of the opposite of what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for the, what do you call it? If Sprun isn't table flips, then it's worthless. I'm looking for a bunch of keys, which I'm getting now, very late in the run. But I'm not complaining about getting late in the run. I'm very happy to get them at all. I have this pit of the stomach feeling that because they're starting to show up, it's time for us to get some sort of infinite key. And I don't want to be right in this. I mean, yeah, sure, I'll still take a fucking infinite key or whatever, but like, man, you could have totally sold more blood. Whoops. Sprun does not have any passive benefit in the regular zone. That's the drill. That's the drill right there. In that brown chest. I feel it in my butt and balls. I feel it in my scrot and glutes. You know what's crazy? Okay, so this is something I just feel. There's okay. Let me preface. One, I think any kind of hook'em or hocus pocus is bullshit. I think that includes, in my mind and my stupid dumb boy brain, anything religious. But one thing that really pisses me off is mystification or deification of genders. Like, man, that green thing is just making my mind constantly think there's a goddamn regular enemy bullet right behind me. But so this idea of women as being like somehow more spiritually attuned to certain things. Dude, hit the guy. Thank you. Because of uterus, because of life squirting out of them and only coming in the form of juice from dudes, is like, it's backwards and bananas. Like, it's just dumb, and it's like childish, and I think that it makes me seem like a heartless logic asshole. And yeah, sure, okay, I'll accept that name, but I mean, like, so there's this this understanding amongst a lot of people that tarot, oh my god, tarot, astrology, all of that, they prey on the insecurities that women hold, you know? This idea that, like, they target women, and then they use their insecurities against them, and they convince them that it is a kind of a female empowerment thing to have this anti-logic reaction, and it's like a positive thing, and it's something that I fucking hate. The moon mysticism, the any of it, anything that basically says, like, that teaches women, like, because you are a woman, you are more likely to be in tune with forest nymphs or calendar magic or whatever. It fucking exhausts the hell out of me, and I hate it. And I hate that, like, it makes me feel like a misogynist to hold these opinions, because it's not misogynistic. It's not me shitting in the face of female empowerment or anything like that. It's not like I'm not part of the patriarchy by believing this. I think that, like, being misguided and learning to accept that, like forces, nature forces or spirit forces or anything, are the reason that people behave the way they do or anything like that is a sign of, like, I don't know, it's like, it's the same reason that I mean, I know I'm still talking about astrology, but it's the main reason that I hate astrology is that it allows for bigotry. It allows for people to say, hey, I was talking about tarot and astrology and how they prey on women, and it's something that I particularly despise. How's it going, Kyle? How's Slay T Spire? Does it get you excited? Does it make you perspire? Do you get all breathy and respire? It's good. Gungeonite, I don't know what that is. Gungeonite? Yuck. At least that didn't cost a key. At least that didn't cost a key. At least it didn't cost a key. Man, now that I finally have keys, I'm getting a bunch of shit treasure chests. Beat your cheeks, like, in a pleasant way, like plays a nice drum solo on your bung holo. I'm going to go like a disciplinary drum roll. Oh, it's tough. It's tough in a good way. Gotcha. That's what you're saying. That's what you're super saying. That's is that one of those? Wait, I'm permanently poison proof while I have this synergy? Well, that's neat. Yeah, anyway, back to what I was ranting about. I think that there's, like, the manipulative aspect of tarot and astrology and moon psyche shit and the forest nymph association and all of that is really problematic, and people think, like, oh, it's harmless, so why make a big deal out of it? But it's not harmless. I mean, I'll say this again, and this is only one example. I know not every woman is like this, but it is the path that is started by it. I was dating a girl who, she's not the smartest book in the trash compactor or whatever. She, believe. I told her that my sign was. It's going by the wayside the same way that all religiosity is kind of going by the wayside. We're like your generation, Kyle, is like the most atheist generation to date, at least in the US, and I'm fucking proud of it. Is people actually thinking things through instead of just being like, well, you know, there's probably like a sky bird that is making me feel a little grumpy today, and you know, it's the 13th of August. The moon's in retro blinds, so of course I'm feeling a little ornery. Like, that kind of nonsense, free association, justify any behavior bullshit is it's destructive. Yeah, exactly. It's wonderful. It's wonderful that people are resisting a bit the idea that, like, that things are in the hands of, like, just random, unseen and unknowable forces. Oh, I have the fucking Guan stone that makes me poison proof. That's what's going on. I wish that were true. It's heightened it, but it's also made it kind of more easily manipulable in other ways. All of us have fallen for some sort of fake news scandal. I mean, I kind of don't trust anything I read if it's not already in a straight meme format. Like, anytime I hear like news that feels excuse me, too good to be true or directly falls in line with my my point of view, I'm like, something's fishy about this bullshit. But anyway, back to this girl I dated for a little while. I told her that I was a Leo, right? You know, I kind of looked it up. She asked me about it, and I had to look up and see when my birthday would be, what that would make me. And she attributed so many of my behaviors to the fact that I was a Leo. And then I said, oh wait, no, my sister's the one who's a Leo. I'm actually a Taurus. And I said, like, I always confuse you because Leo's a lion, Taurus is a bull, whatever. I just think of this big male. And she's like, yeah, I understand it. But, like, no, that actually makes a lot of sense, like, because you do seem more like a Taurus. You have this characteristic and this characteristic and this. She was willing to, like, find reasons for it to make sense for me to be a Leo until it, you know, the truth of it was that I am not a Leo. And then, you know, in actuality, I am an Aries. So, you know, it didn't even matter then. And then she eventually found out what my actual birthday was because we dated. And, you know, it came up when my birthday happened. And she's like, oh, so you've been an Aries this whole time. And I was like, yeah, but, like, who gives a shit? It's all dumb nonsense anyway. And you basically formed biases about me because of some calendar date. Like, that makes you pretty stupid in my mind. As soon as you start, like, judging people's qualities because of their sign, you're a part of the fucking problem. Like, as soon as you're allowing yourself to be biased because of when a person was born, then you're a fucking part of the problem. You are a witch hunter. You are someone who will just believe hearsay and take it as fact. And that shit's stupid as hell, and I don't have any respect for it. You know, everything to the nonsense people, but nothing in reality. It's like, so there's the Chinese calendar, right? The Chinese zodiac, which is if you're born on this lunar year, you're a rat or a donkey or a horse or a horse rat or a centaur or whatever. And, like, there are 13 groupings of that. Everybody born in the same year is the exact same person. And you are one of 13 types of people. I think there are 13 people in the zodiac too, or 13 signs in the zodiac. And that's fucking dumb. Like, if the rules have to be so general that there are only 13 different types of people, then the rules are stupid. Like, They're way... There's the drill. I knew it was coming at some point. There are way more... Oh, I should have fucking sold the ration. Anyway, there are way more than 13 types of people. If you have to make things so broad that 13 is a big enough number to include everyone, then you're a fucking psycho. Like, and I hate to say it, this is not... Again, I feel like it's shitty that I have to, like... That I feel like it's being patriarchal of me to have the opinion that believing in gobbledygook makes you a stupider person. But, like, I'm not anti-woman. I just think that superstition is dumb. Superstition is dumb and it's harmful. Like, as simple as that. I don't know. You can say, you know, it's not hurting anyone, but it fucking is. It's wasting your time as an individual. It's wasting interactions you're having with people because you're judging them on systems that are based on fucking nonsense. No, I remember talking to Jackie, like, about an article I read that basically said that the whole point of astrology is to target women and play off of their insecurities. That's why they're so often relationship focused and less often how big is your dick focused. I don't know. Like, there's never been an astrology post that's like your dick's going to be 4 inches bigger on Wednesday because of the retrograde star fluctuations or whatever. Like, I'm 100% anti things that women have learned to associate as part of their mystical shit because they have been tricked into believing that's the reality. Or that's some sort of special imbued power that women have. And I am 100% anti that, yes. Like, and it is in no way because I think women are in any way less than. I think it's honestly just a multi-generational problematic focus on, like, oh, cool. I told you, once the keys start coming, I am no longer going to need keys. I don't know. Like, when I first met Jackie, she had this this moon connection. She believed she had a closeness with the moon, and she's like, she told me, she's like, there's got to be, you know, the 28-day cycle, the 28-day menstrual cycle, the 28-day lunar cycle, there's got to be some connection. And I was like, maybe way back during genetics, it kind of lined up as a perfect thing. But why isn't every woman fucking ovulating on the full moon or the new moon or whatever? Why is it random if the 28 days is so important? What? Who gives a shit if men and women are different? What? Who cares? I think it's awesome that men and women are... First of all, I don't think we're necessarily becoming less different. I think that people are now able to express themselves more openly. Secondly, if there's more in common and more people are willing to get along instead of focus on their differences, then that's a positive thing. There's no need to have, you know, Neanderthal men and petite women. The whole men are from Mars, women are from Venus thing is just fucking old school donkey shit. Like, I don't know. This thing's gonna be really expensive, isn't it? Yep. That's some good old boy southern country. I'm afraid of my son's having emotions because I don't know how to handle it kind of bullshit. It's conservatives just being scared of anything that isn't like the horrific never see your father, be afraid of dad bullshit that they grew up with. So I got my wish. I got, you know, blanks happening all the time, and I got the lodestone amulet. That was my wish. Ooh. Aha. I'm personally happy that we're seeing whoops, that's not... God, I keep mixing up those two guns. That people are allowed to be themselves regardless of what that means. Like, I am happy that boys can be as effeminate as they want to be without fear of punishment for it. I'm happy that women are allowed to be exactly what they want to be. I just don't want people to be stupid. Like, that's the thing that I'm against, is idiocy. I don't think anyone actually does, but it's like, it's cool to seem like you, like, somebody has taken something from you, I think is the gist of it. Everyone is pretty desperate for a, what do you call it, a scapegoat? They want someone to blame all the ills of society on. And for conservatives, it's women, minorities, everyone that isn't a strong white male veteran, basically. Even though, you know, most of them have never served and would never serve and would, if given the opportunity, steal every penny from a veteran if it made them, you know, 5% more valuable. I don't know, dude. You know how I feel about conservatives. They're a bunch of fucking bullshit artists who hate everything that isn't exactly them, and then they also hate themselves. So they're just bitter people. But it's probably not the the most bipartisan opinion. I'm not bipartisan. I'm not even close to bipartisan. I fucking openly and will forever hate conservatives for assuming that they're willing to sacrifice everything to maintain a status quo that hurts more people than it helps because it helps them. Should I get another friend? I got enough blood. It's the regular dog! Okay, that's not really that exciting. But nothing really matters for this run anymore with all the blanks going off. I don't know, man. If anybody's main goal is like, I'm gonna get mine at the expense of everyone else, they're a shit person and they're not worth having a conversation with. I think that's like almost the definition. Conservative is like, its whole thing is about keeping the status quo and letting nothing change, right? That's like, that's what they think of as great. You see all those posts where it's like, people are like, man, I wish it was like in the 50s. It's like, you know, what you saw on the TV, what was on I Love Lucy was not what the 50s was. I Love Lucy was a Jewish woman married to a Hispanic man. They would fucking raise their fists in the air if that was going on their fucking TV. But they still are like, you know, I just want things to be the way they were men and minorities were in the shadows. Like, or being gay was a crime punishable by chemical castration, even if you fought for freedom. Like, I don't know, I've been reading about Alan Turing, and it's a sad, shitty thing that happened to the guy who basically, more than any other fucking dyed-in-the-wool Marine, you know, ended the war in Europe. I don't know. Anyway, Jesus Christ, I'm not like getting the opportunity to shoot guys, which I am okay with. And there's no negative repercussions. That's the other thing. You could do that, and then no negative repercussions to the assaulter. Plenty of negative repercussions to the, you know, guy lying bleeding in a ditch. He's then probably kicked out of town for having there been a good enough reason to beat his ass, even if that reason is arbitrary and made up. But you know, guys who did it, they get a fancy, shiny new medallion from the local militia. And by medallion, I meant medal. Not getting any of that shit. Well, that's the other shop, so let's just go ahead and buy this stuff. For 1 second, Kyle, I thought you were talking about Han, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty direct. And then I saw the rest of the statement. I was like, okay. We're talking about the same thing. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. This is very fucked up. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. But basically anything that's why I had to like caveat what I was saying. And I know that caveat makes it more sketchy that I'm saying the thing that I'm saying, but like the real problem is is those who pray, those who P-R-E-Y, you know, a little bit is those who P-R-A-Y, but those who prey on the insecurities of others to push their own agenda end up leaving people with this sense that they need to find their truth in tea leaves and superstitions, you know? And I think, you know, religiosity and spiritualism are, they share a lot of similar things because they're just this idea that blind faith in the unknowable, the unever knowable, is a good thing, which I don't fucking get. Why are people proud to just shut their eyes up to the truth, to the things that you can learn and benefit and gain closer understanding of? Like, why is that positive? We can't take that. Dude, that would be so useful. Oh, wait, we don't... Yeah, we can... Oh, no, we lose a dude! Which dude do we lose? We don't lose the blank dude, or the clone of the blank dude. We lose the taser dude. Oh. But with all the blank stuff, the blank benefits. Dude, I think we gotta do this. I have never given up a thing knowingly that gave us one of those little guys. Feels fucking weird to do right now, but... Whoops. So when I was going to church as a youngin, there's this thing that I remember my pastor saying over and over, was like, you know, blessed is the one who has the blind faith of a child. And like hearing that over and over as a kid, I kind of always thought, I was like, wait a second, is he saying like just not thinking about stuff is a strength? Is that what this adult is telling these other adults? And, like, it felt scammy to me, you know? Like, it felt like it had to be a scam for them to, like, be telling people to just, like, close their eyes and not think. Like, who would say something like that to an adult without trying to rob them of something? There's no way. There's no fucking way you could tell an adult to just close their eyes and not think about the evidence in front of them. Wait a second, that's the wrong gun. Why do I keep confusing these? Shit, shit, shit. Okay. And for everybody in the fucking church to just, like, raise their hands and clap? Be like, oh, amen, I believe that to the fullest. I'll never question anything as long as some guy holding a Bible says it. It's like, it just doesn't even fucking make sense. Like, anybody can stand up there and hold a Bible and say whatever the fuck they want. Do you just trust them all? Even all of those people who were banging boys, you still, like, all of those priests who are banging children, you're gonna say, like, well, you know, they told me the word of God, I'll believe everything they say. Like, why the fuck is any of it okay? Alright, I want some ammo. Do we have enough? Probably not. Ooh, we do have enough. Do we want that one? Yeah, we want this one. This is like our only boss weapon. This is a real sad sitch right now. In terms of this run. Is that a lead god, though? We did LG it. We didn't fuck it because we got hit one time, but... If your religion... If your belief system at all revolves around don't think about it, then it's fundamentally problematic. Like, if that's what you have to spend time convincing people of, is to just not think about it, just accept that what we say is golden and good, and what other people say, we determine those other people, is bad and broken. We determine both sides of it, and you just gotta trust us. And, ooh boy, it'll be right, and it'll be for the good of you. Yeah, China's doing that right now. Man, China still sure loves being dickish and awful. God. I mean, how can you trust it as a direct word of God if it had to be translated into so many different languages anyway? Like, just fundamental basic shit doesn't make sense about it. Like, how can it be true when there's 6 different versions that say different things? How can the old, the King James version, the New Standard Revised version, the Kids Wacky Bible Adventures version, like, how can all of those saying conflicting things be equally true and also come from a bunch of languages that had different versions of it? Like, none of those are the direct word of God, and you know that because there are teams of people still editing the fucking Bible. Like, ooh, shit. Well, that was dumb. That was the worst way to handle that. What's going on? Why am I using the Dungeon Eagle? I think my thinking was it doesn't matter what I use because everybody's gonna be all fucking splody killed anyway, but I think I need to put a little bit of thought into what I'm using here. Ooh. But yeah, I don't know. Religious people are, by their own word, like little children. And, like, that's a point of pride. Or Christian people, I should say. Not necessarily all religious people. There's got to be, like, some religions out there that are primarily based on things that make any fucking goddamn sense. But, like, even those always devolve into bonkers mysticism. You look at Buddhism as a practice, or as a philosophy versus Buddhism as a religion, and it's like night and fucking day. Like, what's your new cat's name? What? Picture. Picture. Bundy, right. I remember that, but I still haven't seen his little face. Because I was like, Ted or Al. And you were like, yes. Ow. It's slopping on the Discord. Wait, this is the wrong way, maybe? I don't know. Whoa. Oh. Yeah, it's the wrong way. Let's see it. Excuse me? I don't see it yet. Okay, we'll do another room to see if it's ready by then. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Nice. You got yourself a big boy. So cute. Man, I fucking love cats. How old is he? 2-ish, I'd say. No younger than 2-ish. But I don't really know my cat ages super well, by any means. These guys give me so much to blank. Ooh, ooh. Bank, bank, bank. You get him shots, right? He's not gonna give you a lung rot or anything like that. Any of those cat diseases like lung rot. Beep boop, beep boop. Dang, that was not actually useful there. Oh my god, this guy's got a miserable life. Just getting blanked to oblivion. Oh! Right at the end. Only a few rooms of usefulness, but they did it just for me. Just for me. It's a cute cat. Did you have him at the old apartment? Or did you just get him since you moved into a bigger place? Is he like a housewarming cat? That's cool. That's neat. I like cats. I think dogs can be good boys, but cats are really the main attraction when it comes to domesticated animals. That self-reliance, man, it really makes them a lot more interesting to me than I love Brutus. I've loved every dog that I've had, but every dog that I've had has also felt kind of like a force that's just like fucking look at me, touch me. If you touch anything else, I'm sad now. Oh, nice. Your mom sounds like good people. Which is a weird phrase that I hear all the time. That individual person is good people. Sometimes what matters is what's done, not how it's done. My mom begrudgingly watched my pet cat when I went off to college. My whole family, my cat growing up, Katie, she was super mean. She was very, very, like, particular. She didn't like much of anybody. But when I went off to college, my mom kept watching her begrudgingly. And then when she called me one day when I was, I was still in college, whatever, I was away. She called me and told me that Katie died. I was like, yeah, she was getting old. It's kind of understandable. And my mom, like, broke down in tears, telling me she was talking about how much she missed her, how much she loved her, and all this stuff. Like, it didn't matter that, during the raising of her, she never really had a nice thing to say about Katie. When it came down to it, when it really mattered, my mom adored her. And I think that's the only thing that matters in the end. Yeah. Boom, boom, bam, boom. I don't know what to use. I don't have many good guns. I guess we'll keep using this one. Oh, wait. This one and this. Ah, my nose sucks right now. What's your first one? Yeah, I thought I was going to do that shithead move. Oh, I think that gets my... That gets my lodestone amulet bonus, maybe? Wow, I cannot believe I didn't get hit by that. Yeah, thanks, pets. Thanks for being elsewhere during this fucking fight. Familiars being real. Unfamiliar with my needs right now. God damn, there's so many blank shoes because I'm cowarding up to the max. Sometimes people think they're supposed to be like it's expected of them, or like they're kind of like supposed to be annoyed by something, but the reality is that they're not, and they think they're fulfilling their role by being like irritated or having a negative opinion about a certain creature. No! I fucked it up. It would have been fine. Ah! I had already used my blank. God damn it! That's the easiest move in the world to dodge. And I just was like, I'll go down slowly south with it rolling down behind me instead of just jumping up once. I thought I had a blank, and I was like, if I do this wrong, it won't matter. I'll just blank it. But I used my blank to give me the free period, which I then wasted by using my blank gun. So what? So what? Death counter. Streak number up. 253. That run was like the shittiest guns almost the whole way through. But so many powerful passives. It takes all kinds, they say, of people. They say, oh, so